everybody, somehow it is almost Thanksgiving. It kind of snuck up on me. And I realized I need to do my fall goals wrap up because, like it or not, we're already there. So I've got my notes here, my little fall goals. Just to recap, so the things that we did, family goals that we had for this season, we wanted to go apple picking, and we did. We had a lot of fun. It was a lot better than last year even. We got, I think, 30 pounds of apples, all different varieties, and I can probably find a cute photo or two to insert of that. With those apples, I did make applesauce, but I decided to not go through the whole process of canning, and instead I just froze applesauce. So I made it and put it into Tupperwares and put it straight into the freezer instead of having to sterilize jars and process them and all that stuff. I also made pesto this year with some of the basil that I pulled out of my garden and froze that as well. And then I dried the herbs that I had out back too before like the end of the season. So I'm happy with the amount of stuff I was able to preserve this season. We traditionally go for a hike for our anniversary, and we did that this year as well. I think I have a photo of that too. Just a really nice, pretty easy, beautiful hike through the desert, sort of up to a spring in the mountain, and it was really great. Mike's birthday party was last month, and the big idea that we had that we were able to pull off is that we screened a movie outdoors in our backyard. We showed The Day the Earth Stood Still, which is an old science fiction movie from, I think, the 50s. It's really good. It's a really good movie. But Mike borrowed a projector from work, and like with work's blessing, of course, and set it up out there. It was a cold night, so everyone was all bundled up. We had a whole bunch of fall treats and stuff, so it was a really good time. Another success was we wanted to get pumpkins at the pumpkin patch and take Alice to the petting zoo that they have out there and all that stuff. And we did that as well. On my personal goals, I had a couple of fails, but the one that I did succeed on was I wanted to print out a bunch of photos to send to my great aunt figure. Anyway, she's technically a cousin, I guess, but I did do that. I sent her a birthday card with a bunch of pictures of Alice, recently, so it was nice just to do that. YouTube goals, I wanted to unplug for a while, and I definitely did that after all the videos I posted in August. Recently, I've also unplugged a little bit just because things just kind of got derailed in November, but I did record a day in life video, which I'm trying to do every couple of months, and I'm already to the point where I'm ready to do another one next month. House goals. So the first one was rearranging Alice's closet, and this did not turn out to be like a photo-worthy project, but I am happy with the progress I've made. I got all of her old stuff boxed up and organized so that, the sizes are separated and that stuff is out of the way. And I did I got my maternity clothes out of there. I was able to move some stuff into other storage, just give us a little bit more workable space, but I've got a little bit of ways to go. Okay, so on craft goals, the first one was Alice's Halloween costume. I did get it done. I finished it that night, the night of Halloween, and I will show you. So she was a Eastern or Western bluebird. As you know, I'm kind of like a nerd about birds, so it was a scientifically accurate bluebird. So I'll put a picture first of what that looks like, because it's not just a bluebird, it's not like a blue jay or whatever, so bluebird. So for the costume, I took a blue onesie that I got at the thrift store for 99 cents or something, and I made felt feathers. So there's sort of an orange rusty color. I actually made these a little bit sparkly just because I thought Alice would like it. So there's some sort of orange glitter glue that I used on those feathers, and then it sort of fades to white at the bottom. The back is still blue. She's got a little tail here. These are also just felt. Some little feathers, and then she's got her wings. That's the back, so you see all the feathers. And then the front, I just used a piece of fabric that I had, and sort of to give it structure is just a big piece of ribbon. That's what I sewed everything onto. She's got her two little wings like that. And the way I kept them on was I just used a hairband and tied it around her wrist, or just slipped her wrist through there. So she had her little wings hanging like that. Get it? Okay, and then she did have a beak. This is just a piece of elastic and a toilet paper roll covered with black felt. She wore this for about half of a second. And then I took a little can for like her candy. This is what she took trick-or-treating. We labeled it worms. They don't eat birdseed, they generally eat insects, so there you go. Alice did really well trick-or-treating. We just went to like some neighbors' houses and then we passed out candy here. She had a great time. We had friends come over and just hang out with her, and she really, really liked it. Nothing scared her. She was just really enthralled with all the different kids and all their costumes and stuff. The other craft I wanted to do was to start on a flannel board or felt board, and I have worked on a lot of shapes for that. I'm thinking of like a smaller felt board that's like maybe around 12 inches, maybe square, and it's gonna have different scenes and stuff and different themes that I can kind of switch out. Alice is a little bit too young for it at this point. She's just, the things that I'm making are a little bit smaller than, you know, she really likes to play with. So I've got some time. So I've been working on it little by little, but I'm not worried about it not being done at this point. I did get inspired by Megan from Megan Layla, and I made the big felt Christmas tree on our wall, and Alice does like playing with that. The ornaments are a little bit bigger. She started off being pretty rough with the thing, but she's kind of gotten the hang of it and likes decorating it and taking everything down and putting it back up and scattering the ornaments other places around the house, of course. Here is Alice's little Christmas tree. It is just dark green felt, and then I had some scraps of felt, and actually this is also fleece with the pattern. It sticks as well, and she's got a little basket to put the shapes into and she's not using them. It's actually just kind of nice to have an extra Christmas decoration on this empty wall besides. And then I was able to do a few extra crafts, just stuff for friends and some things that you'll probably see in a future video. Okay, now onto my fails. So the two biggest fails, and these things have to happen, so I need to keep working on it the next month. I have until the end of the year to use some funding I have through my AmeriCorps service, which has to be put towards educational expenses. It's called the Education Award. I was not able yet to find a class to take or some way to use this money, but it needs to be done by the end of the year. So I have to find something. I can't just let it go to waste. I've got to come up with something. So still working on that. The other major thing was to get myself into a better routine for exercise, and really that just has taken a back seat also. I've been doing exercise, but it's just been the kind that I always do. Like when I feel like it, I take regular walks and I do stretching and yoga and that kind of stuff when I feel like it, but I'm not in any sort of regular routine, and I really want to get into that habit. So I'm thinking about maybe taking an exercise class again. It's just hard with Mike's work schedule and coordinating car and childcare and all that stuff. So it's a little bit trickier than it used to be. But again, that's going to be a new goal again for the next cycle, because I really need that to happen. I need it to be like a predictable part of my life. The other fail, as you can see behind me, we did not paint our living room. Still got the boxes there of the new paint color. We're just nowhere. You probably saw in a few videos I had painter's tape around the fireplace because I was just going to start there first and just start priming things little by little. But I think at this point we are looking at hiring someone to just do this whole room and just have it done with and not have to worry about keeping Alice out of the way and working on it little by little, over the course of a couple of weeks. We also have to paint the ceiling, so I think it would be better to just bring somebody in, have them knock it out in a day, and just be able to be out of the house and have it be done. So that's pretty much the plan. So again, I think I was successful at, I don't know, maybe 80% of my goals, but there's a couple of really biggies that I just can't let go. So very soon I'll be making my winter goals. Christmas is my favorite season. No, Christmas is my favorite holiday. Fall was my favorite season, but it's still kind of fallish around here, so I'm still enjoying that. And I'm really excited, of course, for the next new chapter, and got my whole list set up, so pretty soon you will see that video. Thank you guys for listening to my fall goals and following up and seeing how I did on them and all that stuff. I hope your fall goals were also successful.